Oh, lovely coffee. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy New Year. If you haven't been here before, my name's Diane and I'm coming to you from Walsall in the West Midlands, where I live with my partner Richard. This is Saturday the 4th of January and I'm not at work. Oh, two Saturdays. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas and New Year. I did Vlogmas in December. It's really hard work. I take my hat off to all the people who do Vlogmas because it is really hard work trying to fit everything in, trying to remember to do some filming, and there was a few days where I just forgot to film or I just didn't have time, and time just gets away with you, don't you? We are again starting a new year with time. Anyway, if you haven't watched my Vlogmas, go and have a quick look. You might have a laugh. It is the current weather report for Walsall in the West Midlands is still and cold. The wind and the rain that we've had has been horrendous this week. But at the moment, it's still. Is this the calm before the storm? Who knows? We have been forecast some heavy snow. Do you like my amaryllis? Isn't it? It's growing really well. Let me just grab it. I'm holding on to my coffee for dear life. Oh. Look at, I've got 2 buds on it. I've never had one with 2 buds before. It's very tall. And usually, this one came with soil. It's been years and years since I've had an amaryllis, so I'm not sure how they package them these days, but this one came with soil. So I put it into the soil, but normally I would just put it into a tall vase of water and it grows from that, but it's doing quite well in the soil. I think I might have to put a stick in there or something because it's looking a little bit wobbly. But there's no dogs or children this weekend, so well, there's never any dogs, is there? Although I would love a dog. I would absolutely love a dog. We were talking about it the other day. What breed of dog would we have if we had a dog? Richard said a Doberman. That's a big dog, and we only have a little house. And I said a beagle. I just think they're cute. Anyway, I've got my coffee. This is a knitting podcast, by the way. Knitting, crafting, sewing, crochet. I'm dipping my toe at the moment into quilting. My daughter bought me a lovely, oh, let me just grab it because it's behind me on my new bookshelf. Just grab it because I've not actually had a proper look at it yet. But it's called The Quilter's Bible by Linda Clements. The Indispensable Guide to Patchwork Quilting and Applique. Sounds really lush. Sounds lovely. But yeah, I like the one on the front there. I'd just like to be able to quilt something. Now, it's probably been 3 years now since I said I was going to do a quilt for my daughter with her t-shirt. She's a runner. She runs. She does marathons. She's probably done. I have about 30 t-shirts upstairs, marathons that she's done. And she asked me to do a quilt with them or a wall hanging, either or. Since she's given me those t-shirts. She's done probably another 10. And I know she's got a couple booked this year. She's got one booked in April. I think it's Stratford. So they're doing that in April. So, yeah. It'll be my son's first marathon. I don't think he's ever done one before. So he's training hard for that. And my grandson's taking part as well. So, yeah, but that's that. And it's got so many different patterns. Isn't that gorgeous? Different ways to quilt things together, quilting blocks. Those, look at that. That looks very intricate. So I'm hoping to dip my toes into that this year. And finally get to grips with, oh, that was nice. I haven't had a proper look through this then, but I saw something. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Ooh, I'm going to have some fun with this. But yeah. Oh, there's got quilted bags, pillows. There's all sorts. There's all sorts. Even pictures. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. But yeah, I'm hoping to get my head around that this year. And finally, I mean, part of the reason why I haven't done Sammy's quilt yet with her t-shirts is I don't know what I'm doing. So this is going to help me with that. So that's one thing. I hope you all had some lovely gifts for Christmas. I had some amazing things. Richard did. I've got some old photos that have been in a box. Well, as you do, you keep all your photos. They're in a box. They've just been there for years. And as you know, I lost my mum when I was 16, and there were a couple of old dog-eared photos that, you know, I would really like to get redone. So he took the photos and he sent some images and got them remastered, is it called? I'll try and get it there. So that's me, my mum's holding. I'm not even sure where that is. My daughter seems to think that it's Wales. I thought it was Blackpool, but that's me in the photo that she's holding in. And look at my pushchair. Isn't it cute? And that's her older sister. No, her younger sister. One of her younger sisters. I think there were 5 of them all together. The girls, and then there was a couple of lads as well. But yeah, this lady here is her sister. That's Mum, and she's holding a little me. Oh, I love it so much. Probably my best gift ever. And he also got me done another one, which is just on the shelf behind me here. Excuse the bottom. And this is, I don't know where this is either, but this was really bad. This was all cracked and blurry, and it's just time, isn't it? But that one, oh dear. Can I do it so that, there we go. That's Mum. And that's her youngest sister. Youngest but one sister. Auntie. Well, my auntie. If I turn it that way, away from the window, that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, she was 18 on that photograph. And this was one of my dad's favourite photos of Mum. And he always used to say, oh, because he grew up with his brothers. his brother and his wife brought him and his younger brother up, because they lost their parents really early. They were about 4 and 6. The boys were, dad and his brother, and he said Auntie. He used to call her Auntie Kit, but it was his brother's wife. We used to call her Auntie Kitty. She always used to say, "Oh, Mum was the little lady," because she always dressed really well. Anywho, so yeah, probably my best gifts ever in the world. I'll treasure them for the end of my days. Anyway, shall we get into some knitting? I have rambled on for 11 minutes. Before Christmas, I finished 2 pairs of socks, which was the ones that I did in the my own dyed yarn, my own hand dyed yarn, and one from Joe Knit Sew. They've been gifted, so I don't even have a picture to show you them finished. But I think I've shown the whole lot of rosy socks, which were done in my own hand dyed yarn, before Christmas, or on the last vlog maybe. And I think I showed one of the, we were calling them the Joe Knit Sew socks, because they were done in her yarn. Yeah. I thought I'd left it under the coffee table, but I haven't. It's upstairs. So I'll try and pop a picture of her label here. The yarn was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So for Christmas, Richard got me some new needles. I think he must have watched one of my vlogs, or something. Or maybe I've mentioned it once or twice that I needed, that I wanted some Chogo needles. Isn't that cool? And they are absolutely gorgeous. Special edition this is, where it's got, there is a pen that goes there in that little but I've got that out, marking some stuff off. So there's the smaller needles on that side, and then there's the second set on the other side. Isn't that so cool to have them all in one place? There's a little tin there, and that's full of notions and all the bits and pieces that you need for setting up your needles. The stitch stoppers are rectangle. No, they're usually round, but they're really cool. And then there's like black and white O-rings, stitch markers there, scissors. There's a little pocket there. What's in the pocket? It's just a pocket. Little tape measure, which is always handy to have in your set, isn't it? A gauge for checking your needles and for counting your stitches, for checking your needles and for counting your stitches. If you're a knitter, you know what I mean, what that is. Because the words, it's a new year, 2025, and my words still haven't been found. I'm sorry, I cannot seem to get to grips with them. They just run off into the distance. But this comes out as well, so you can just pop that into your knitting bag if you wanted to just take needles. And then there's another little pocket at the end with all the cables. I almost said wires. But yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic set. And I absolutely love it. So those are in use at the moment on my new cast on. Shall we get to the new cast on? So those are the Chow special edition, and I love the case as well. It's gorgeous, beautiful. Right, let's have a sip of coffee because we're getting a little bit there's something I've forgotten to bring, but I'll bob off later on, pick it up, and then I can show you right at the end because it's something to do with my recent shop update. Okay, so I'm always moaning that I've got no project bags, and on my last video I said I need to make myself a new project bag, so I did. Here we go. I just wanted a simple drawstring bag. It's just lined with calico. And I've put two little, I said to Richard I could make these into mittens, couldn't I? Might be a little bit harder to to make, but effective. Yeah, so that's my newest project bag for me. It's 14 inches wide. Well, it was when I cut the material. I've not measured it. Box bottom. It's quite big actually. It's going to hold this project really well anyway. So I have cast on, because I loved it so much and I've been procrastinating about making another one. Oh, this is the pen from the Chow set as well. There we go. Gorgeous. I've been procrastinating for ages that I was going to make another. So I've cast on a new spike. And this is the patterns by Caitlin Hunter. The last one I made was with, I think it was Ducky Darling's yarns. Anywho, these are the colours that I'm knitting this one in. This is called Poison. And this is from Ducky Darling's. And I can't remember the name of this one. And I haven't got the ball band there. 1 second. Because I have more. Licorice. It's called Licorice. That's the ball band. It's a 4-ply superwash merino and yak 4-ply 70/20 and 10 nylon. Superwash merino, yak and nylon. And it's so soft, it's beautiful. I'm really enjoying knitting it. And this is how, I've not got very far because I've got my wool in a tangle by the looks of it. Oh no. I've just started the colour work. If you can just see the first row there. And I've just started the colour work there. I know it's grey. I love grey. I've got a thing with grey at the moment. I've got a grey cardigan on the go there. I've got a grey blue jumper on the go. And now this one. But this wool is gorgeous. I love Ducky Darling's yarns. They're always so beautiful. This wool was gifted to me by my mother-in-law for Christmas, and she bought me 3 licorice and 1 poison. Now I do have this in a DK as well, and it's beautiful. I did start some socks for Richard a couple of years ago in it, and then got so far with them and realised I wasn't going to have enough because he likes his socks long. Meant to go back and get another skein, and I never have, so those have been frogged, so I've still got that yarn somewhere in a bag probably. But yeah, it's gorgeous, it's absolutely beautiful. So that's my new cast on, and that has been getting all the love this week. Now for some reason, last time I knit this pattern, and the pattern's been updated by the way, when I went into Ravelry to reprint it off, because I couldn't find, I have a book, well I have a folder, and I'm looking around, and I know it's frugal to look around, it's pointless, fruitless, not frugal, words, to look around for it because I've already looked for it with my printed patterns in. And I was just going to use the old pattern again and just use a different colour pen to mark off my rows and etc. But I can't find it. That's the point of the story. So I've had to reprint the pattern, and it had been updated. And I don't know why. I've cast this on and frogged it back 5 times until I've got to a size that I know will fit me. Because if you remember with the other one, I'm in a mess. I'm going to have to sort that out later. With the other one, I didn't want the arms to be down here. I want them just to finish here. So I've got to find a way to do the yoke a little bit shorter so that the arms come a little bit higher. The only way I can find is just by missing out rows. Now I've tried that several times and the neck was too short, making a smaller size. It would have been kind of here, and I don't like anything up my neck. This is probably my limit for where I like things to come. I don't like anything to come past kind of there. So yeah, this is my Motorhead t-shirt, and I bought this at a concert we went to in Wolverhampton Civic Hall a few years back. I'm not going to say one of his last, but it was only probably about 11 or 12 years ago, I think it was. It's got the date on the back. I'm not turning around to show you that because that's just silly, isn't it? Yeah, so that is my new cast on, who's been getting all of the love with my lovely wool bought for me by my beautiful mother-in-law Val. I know she does watch podcasts now and again. Where have I put that skein? And she also got me this trug, which I'm loving because I can get some yarn out and I can just put it out and just touch it and play with it when I want to. And this is another Ducky Darlings yarn that I have in stash. This is a DK, and this is called Copper. Superwash Merino and Yak again. No, Superwash Merino Yak Silk. Ooh. And it's really soft. But I haven't, because I've only got one skein, I need a project, and I need a project that I can just use it as colour work for a DK sweater or something. Oh, would it go with that? I mean, that's not a DK, but it says full ply, but it looks similar. I could use those together and do another grey jumper, couldn't I? Colour work. Anywho, I've got one of my Daisy Jones in there. Oh, I haven't showed you what it is, sorry. I'm just letting you guess. Oh, well, what's she got in her lap? It's called a trug. and I love it. Isn't it so rustic and beautiful? And I've got that now living on my bookcase on the bottom shelf there, but I've just bought it off just to show you guys. I need to find a project to do with. Oh no, that's a 4-ply. I was just going to say that would go nicely, wouldn't it, as well for colour work? I could hold it double for colour work, though, couldn't I suppose? What do you think? I've got 2 skeins of the grey. Is it grey? Lapel Tunnel. This one is from Second City Yarns, and she names her yarns after a bus stop route in Birmingham. And I got that at the J13 in the summertime when we vended there. And that's just living on that shelf right now, where I can just look at it and adore it. Luna's sitting up there on the shelf. Where are you? There she is. She's moving around the shelf at the moment. She has a little read of the books on the top shelf, and then she moves down and has a little read of the books on the other shelves, and then pops back up there. She was swinging around the pole the other day. I had to shout at her because we don't want any accidents with her falling off, do we, and breaking a leg. Luna. Okay. Progress on Richard's socks. They're not finished yet, I'm sorry. These seem to be taking forever because I keep casting on new things. However, I have actually knit another 2 pairs of socks in between doing these as well. But I really only knit at these at work. So this weekend, I'm going to try and get these finished. I've turned for the heel there, but they are, I mean, he likes long socks, what can I say? But I do have them at the same-ish. This one's a little further along on the foot. Let's turn them that way. There we go. So I need to just get on with those and get them finished, because he's just thrown a pair away that have gone in holes. I don't darn socks. And he says I've thrown a pair of handmaders in the bin because it hadn't just gone in a hole, it had gone in a ladder all the way along on the bottom of the sock. If it was a hole I would darn it, but it was just too far gone. I think it was probably one of the first pairs that I'd ever made him, and he's got quite a few now, so it's not too bad. So yeah, I need to get those off the needles before the end of January. Now I've said it, so I've said it on the podcast, so it needs to be done. And this is living in my higher bag. I've said before, the needles, the higher flyers and 9-inch circulars come in these bags when you order the set. So that's that one. The only other project I've been working on is the, crinkling, the cellular top. I'm not even going to attempt to say the lady's name again. I'll pop it on the screen here because it's Jonna Italia. I said I wasn't doing it. And that's the jumper. It's just a great big slouchy round the house jumper. I'm quite far with it now because it's... Ginny, you told me what this stitch was in the comments last week and I still haven't written it down. And I still can't remember it. Oh dear, my brain. So, no, I'm calling this the back, but there isn't really a front or a back. So I'm almost ready to do the ribbon. Has it got ribbon? I'm not sure if it's got ribbon. You can't see it because she's got it tucked under. But we'll see when we get to that part. And then it's the arms. You can't see the arms either. You can't see if there's ribbon on the arms because she's got them turned over. I'm almost to the ribbon for that one. Let me just stand up so you can. So it's around, and I mean this wall's going to stretch out a little bit as well. So it's almost, well, it's just to my waist height. Yeah, so I just want it a little bit longer so it covers my bum. Did I pull that down? Yeah. So not much more. This is dye. This is knit in DK, Superwash Merino and Nylon, I think. Yes. And Richard dyed this up for me. So I don't have a colourway for it. We're just going to call it blue grey. We'll have to think of a name for it. Don't know how far I'm going to get with sleeves on it because I've got 100 grams and this bit left. Now this I think will finish the body, so that's fine. So 2 arms, 50 grams each, maybe not full length, but we'll see how we go on anyway. If I knit them in tandem, we may get there. So hopefully next time I podcast, that will be off the needles, or close to off the needles anyway. I don't know what size needles I'm using on that. These are the blush. Let me just, I think they're not written on these ones. No, they're not. These are the Lick blush. You know I love Lick blush. Well, I love Lick needles. So there we go. So yeah, I think they're probably a 6. What does it call for? Needles. 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. And I know I've used the correct needle for, and it only asks you to do 5.5 needles. There's nothing for a ribbon, so we shall see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, for the arms on the bottom. But yeah, I need to finish something now because I've just cast on that new one. I've got a cardigan, the Calm Down cardigan that I'm doing there. I've got my shawl by Sam, the Irene shawl, and that's all I've been knitting on really. Yeah, I've shown you all the things, I think. Oh, my pen. Let's put them back in that bag because I'm really happy, I'm really pleased with this bag. It's come out really well, really nice. I don't do many drawstring bags, so I'm happy. I'm a happy bunny and it's all mine. I don't know what that was, sorry. I was reading a message on the screen. So that's that. Okay, I'm just going to talk about now my latest shop update. So if you've just joined me for the knitting stuff, thank you so much for being here. And if you're new here, please do come back. It's lovely to have your company, and leave me some comments. What are you knitting on? What are you sewing on? What are you crafting? Any tips on quilting? Sorry, my glasses are falling off my face. I only had these a few months ago, and they seem to have stretched. I don't put them on my head like that or anything. They're always on my face or on the table or in a case. So I don't know what's going on, but they keep falling down and I keep catching them on my nose stud, which is healed really well, by the way. If you watched my Vlogmas, you'll have come with me to the what was he called, the Tipton Piercer in Wednesbury, and see me get my nose pierced which was lovely. Such a lovely man, and his wife as well. Such a lovely couple. But I've got something to grab from the kitchen, so I'm just going to talk about my latest shop update, and then I'll let you go. Give me 1 second. It'll be a second for you. It'll probably be about 3 minutes for me. Oh, I never noticed Richard had come back. He's in the kitchen washing up, bless him. Washing up? Where do you come from? Washing up our tea things from last night. Because I was at work yesterday and I was late back. That's life, isn't it? So I did an update a couple of days ago. I think it was on the 2nd of the month, with the new yarn club for the year. It's called the Tarot Collection. I did toy with the idea of doing 20-gram minis across the year, but because we've just had Christmas, we've had Advent, everybody's going to be minied out, I thought. So I've done 2 options. There's a 50-gram with a 25-gram sock set in there, and there is a full 100-gram skein in there. So you can have either or you can have both. It's up to yourself. The club's going to run for 12 months, so there'll be a new colourway every month with the theme Tarot Collection. So for this month, the inspiration for the colourway is called the High Priestess. There we go. They may not be exact, they may be exact. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think. But yeah, that's the inspiration card, colourway, for the colourway, the High Priestess. It's in the shop now. 2 options, a 100-gram and a 75-gram sock set. If you have been to the shop, thank you so much. It's lovely to see all the people and all the makes that come from the yarns and the bags that I make out there in the universe. It's absolutely wonderful, and all your comments and feedback and reviews, you're so kind. So thank you all for your lovely kind words. I'm absolutely blown away every time somebody leaves me a review, so thank you for that. If you're new here, I'll leave a link in the description box for the Etsy shop. Read a few of the comments. Yeah, so that's everything. What I'm going to do for the rest of the day, I am going to tidy up, do some jobs, some little jobs, and sorry, I've just seen a message from one of my customers. She would have got her yarn this morning, bless her. So yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to have a tidy around do some hoovering. It's not too bad, to be fair. I may go and cut out some bags later because I really need to get onto the bag making. I haven't done any I did 2 this last week. One I've kept, and the other one that's going to be either a prize or a giveaway or something in the future, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get with some more subscribers. I think when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You're absolutely amazing. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you're knitting on, sewing on. Tell me what your plans are for this year. I do intend to do a podcast in the near future of everything that I knit last year, garment wise. I probably won't be able to show all of the smaller things because some have been gifted, some have been gifted. But I'll get together what I can and make a list of what yarns I used and everything. So that's to come. I do have a few life things that I need to get sorted. So busy as usual, as you all are. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.